This one that I won 37 plus 2,200. And I'm like, this can't be real. When I was in the truck, when I got to a stop, I started putting up the documents in there. Yeah, I actually did everything on my iPad.
And this was your second proposal?
Yep.
I mean, that's amazing.
It don't get no more simpler than that. You never know if you don't try.
Before you know it, you will get to thousands of dollars a month. So Miquail is here today to talk about his win profiting $7,000. And it is an honor to have you here. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, how you doing, Miss Kizzy? How you doing?
Doing well.
Oh, I meant Dr. Kizzy. Dr. Kizzy.
Listen, as long as you call me Kizzy and nothing inappropriate, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. And before we started recording, you were talking about how you drive truck. You got a copy of the book, winnerswaybook.com.
Yeah.
Book. So how did you go from what you're doing in Virginia to government contracting and winning?
I've been looking online for different things to do, just trying to find some different incomes outside of driving trucks. So I've been looking online for a while. I stumbled upon like e-commerce and stuff like that. I gave that a little shot, but it didn't go nowhere. So I, just kept looking. And then I just kept seeing videos. First I was on, I forgot his name, Jason White or something like that. I seen him first, seen like a little interview he did with somebody, I forgot who it was, but I ended up looking at his videos. I was following his videos for like a couple of days or whatever, and then I kept seeing people. It was another lady, I forgot her name, but it's like y'all the top 3 online. I forgot her name, but then I ended up on your video. So I'm looking at your videos. It was like the format that you had for trying to do the whole thing was just a lot more simple to follow. So, I'm watching it. I'm like this. It kind of looked too good to be true for a while. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, this can't be real. So I'm looking at it, just trying to piece everything together. And then I just seen your stuff where it showed you how to set the stuff up on Sam.Gov. So I'm like, I forgot that I had a Sam account. I had already had one.
Oh, wow.
I had it for like 2 years now, but I forgot about it. So yeah, I ended up, but it was under my regular name, it wasn't under my business name. So I had to revamp it and put my business stuff in there. So I ended up following your video, got my cage code. I actually hit you up on Instagram too and told you that I got my cage code and all that stuff. And then I went from there, I joined the group. I was looking up there for a while, I just was motivated. There was a lot of stuff that you was giving out that was just, easy to follow, and then a lot of stuff motivational. Like once I got to the Facebook group, I started to see a lot of people winning. I'm like, man, there's no way I can't do this. These are like regular people. So it's like, I'm like, yeah, nah, I gotta give it a shot. So, that's just how that started.
I love that. And like, what did you go after? Because people watching this are going to assume you went after something related to trucking, or that they're going to maybe assume that. But what did you start bidding on as you started to just learn more about the area?
I actually looked around a lot. I started like basing everything off of your videos. I started looking up, what was I looking up? I looked up catering. I looked up some catering stuff. And then I was getting overwhelmed with that at first. And then I ended up I kept looking. And then I seen another video that you did with the porta potty latrines. And I put a bid in for one, and I didn't get accepted because I submitted it wrong or something like that. So that was my first one. That was the first one. So it's crazy because I think this one that I won for the 4 garages to be built, I think that I did that when I was like laying in the bed. I was like sitting in it out like like literally like I was laying in the bed and I just was scrolling, and I'm like, man, I gotta find something. So I clicked on it and I started following it, and then next day I got up and yeah. I ended up watching that video with the guy about the AI situation.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of days before that. So he kind of motivated me too I'm like, yeah, I gotta, cause I was having a hard time really breaking down all of those pages on all. I was like, nah, that's a lot to read. It's a lot. But I was trying to piece everything together. So, and then I tried it. I tried it his way in when I was in the truck, when I got to a stop, I started putting the documents in there because I followed it or whatever, and then I broke it down. I was piecing. It's funny. I actually did everything on my iPad. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did everything.
Well, one more time, please. Everything on what?
I did it off my iPad.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I was putting everything together. I was putting all of it in Chat GPT, and then I broke everything down. Went online and I found a contract. I ended up going through 2 contractors. The first person priced me up. It was for $30,000, and I was like, cool. And I had the quote in there for a while, and I actually forgot about the contract itself, the whole thing. Yeah, I forgot about it. And then when the guy hit me up from like a funny email. So I'm like, is this real? Is this spam or what? And he was like, hey, you forgot your number. He was like, you forgot your number on the on the technical proposal and cover and all that. I forgot my number up there. So he was like, hey man, can you give me your number and I give you a call? And he called me. Yeah. He called me. It was in the morning. Actually, it was like I had just went to work. Like literally, I was coming across the bridge. He called me. I pulled over to the side or whatever. When he called me, he was like, "Hey man, can you like change like the cents on?" I think I had the cents on like it was like 53 cents, and he was like, "You got to change it to an even number so we can have the so they can price each one of the the units up on a equal level." Yeah. So. Yeah, he changed it. He told me to change it, and I was like, okay, that's cool. All right. I ain't think nothing of it. I'm like, I was like, maybe I got it, maybe I didn't, so, I'm like, man, I call my Dukes or whatever, and I'm talking to her. Man, I think I got this little contract, because I had been talking to her about it for a little minute. I was like, man, I'm about to do some government contract. And I was telling her about your videos or whatever, me watching your stuff. I'm like, man, it could be done for sure. So
for real.
Yeah. So and it was funny because I was, I'm just working or whatever. And he been hitting me back. And I didn't see it until I got home. I looked back in my email. I said, let me check my email one more time. And he was like, hey man, I want to let you, he gave me the letter, the reward letter or whatever. And I was like kind of lost for a minute. I'm like, So imagine I hadn't talked to the contractor that I originally, was trying to get to do the job. And I looked back at that was a mistake I did. Mm-hmm. I looked back at the quote that they gave me, and I didn't look at the terms. They wanted all of the money up front.
Oh.
Yeah. So they wanted all of the money up front. I was like, yeah. If I would have had it though, at that given time, I would have paid for it because I know it would have got done right and everything would have been, whatever it would have been. But I'm like, nah, that's kind of, hey. And then I was in the process of buying a house actually. So, I actually just closed on my house recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. I couldn't see myself trying to do nothing as far as like with my credit and trying to do nothing with it. So I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. I'm like, I gotta figure it out. So at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was about to just not sign the contract. I was like, nah, I'm about to leave it. Cause I'm like, I didn't see how I was gonna do it, but I'm like, I sat down, I was saying to myself, I was like, nah, I gotta get it. Yeah, I gotta make something shake. So I ended up calling around. I was calling around for like a couple of hours. I'm at work, just going through the phone. Every time I stop, I'm looking up different contractors or, whatever. And then I ran across this one guy. I was just telling him, I'm like, I got the contract, man. I'm like, and I priced somebody up for this amount. I mean, they priced the contract up for this amount. And I'm like, would you be able to do it for this? And he was like, let me get back with you. I was like, would you be all right with a net 30? I didn't even know what a net 30 was. And I actually posted in the group. And somebody in the group was like, hey, you might have to find a different contractor to agree to your net. Ask them, do they agree to net 30 or whatever? I didn't know what it was. I'm like, what's net 30? So boom, I ended up looking it up or whatever the case was. I'm like, all right, boom, because I had to do everything on the fly. So I ended up asking the guy, I'm like, hey, would you be able to do a net 30 or whatever? I was like, because that's what I get paid, and whatever the situation was. And he was like, yeah, that don't sound like it's bad. Like I can't do it, because he didn't even know what it was at first. He didn't know what it was. He ain't know what it was.
That's so cool though, because he was really open.
Yeah. And he been cool, you know, the whole ride. Like I'm still working with him because the contract's supposed to be done the 28th, but they pushed it back to September 3rd because I guess he gotta clear out some other stuff in the space. But yeah, so I did a lot of this stuff on the fly. I'm like, yo, I actually put in a group. I'm like, so how do I think I put in a group something like how do I what did I put in there?
How do you
On the lines something along the lines of how do you get a contractor to do the work without paying them right away? I think it was something like that. So I can't remember because it was a while ago. Well, you know, it wasn't that long ago, but a lot of stuff been occurred since then. But, you know, and then I seen that, I'm like, all right, I asked him that, and then he, you know, he ran the numbers that I gave him, you know what I mean? I hadn't showed him the contract and stuff yet, but I'm like, would you be able to do it for 30,000? He was like, he got his, you know, assistant or whatever, I don't know, the sales lady or whatever to run the numbers, and she was like 37. I think it was like 30. Yeah, 37. I got it up here. My profit was 2,200. So yeah. So it went from me almost making $9,000 to $2,000 just from that, a simple mistake, not ready.
But look at this though. You're making $2,000 from somebody doing the work for you.
Yeah.
If I understand, this was your second proposal?
Yep. Second.
I mean, there are people who make $2,000 for the entire month. You know, many places minimum wage is $7.25.
Yeah, I look at, I don't know, I've been looking up a lot of stuff, so I looked that up too. I was just looking at this chat GPT, I be up here all day just learning new things. Like I have a lot of people to get on to that. Yeah.
But the thing is, not everybody does what you did. You learned, applied, adjust. You took action. You're doing it in your bed on an iPad.
Yeah.
And there are people that may have the most sophisticated office setup and I got to learn about the FAR. I mean, it's great to know about the FAR, but that's not what brings in sales. It's like, do you need to know the history of lemons to sell lemonade? I don't think so. I think you just need to sell lemonade or sell burgers or sell chicken or sell pizza. You just got to sell the thing, sell air, whatever it is.
And that's another thing that, like I say, I'm grateful for you for. Like, when I look at it, every time I look at one of your videos, you say anything is possible, and then you just say it like you will never win if you don't submit. So I'm just, it just kept sitting in my head. So I'm looking at you late night, looking at your videos and stuff. I'm like, just learning new stuff, you know what I mean? Then when you put your book up there, I'm like, I got to get this book. I got to get the book. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You did your course. When you did your course, I got on that quick. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. You out of everybody online, you give out the most free information that can actually get you at least a win. You can get at least a win out of this whole deal, like just out of the free information. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It don't get no more simpler than that. It don't get no more simpler than that. Yeah, for real. Cause I done been through YouTube University for years. And nothing like straight to the point to where you can take and take something and put it there. And I actually inboxed you that on Instagram. I was like, hey, I hope this is something real, because I done been through a lot of Ponzi schemes online. Like literally, like just trying to do different things. You constantly just trying to make money online. Like, cause I feel like if it's somebody in the middle of nowhere making money online, why I can't do it? So I feel like I can do it just like anybody else. So
I appreciate it, because what you're sharing is so going to resonate with people. They have the same thought. This is too good to be true. These people don't know what they're talking about. Why would the government buy from me? Is this a scam? Can I really find somebody who will wait 30 days to be paid? And the answer is, of course, and it depends. Some people want their money today. Some people are like, I'll wait. But at the end of the day, everything is possible and you can win. You won on your second try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's powerful. So what are you bidding on now? Same kind of things, or?
Actually, I got one that I'm trying to put in on the due date of the garages. But since they pushed that back, it was on the 29th. This is for a car wrap.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm finna put in one for that on the 28th. And I think I'm gonna put this a little small one. I think I'm gonna put it in for like.
No, you'll have to tell us all your numbers.
Okay. Okay.
I'm only saying that because I don't know when this will be posted.
Okay, cool. All right.
Listen, y'all watch it. I don't want him to give away all of his numbers. I mean,
Okay.
Donald didn't give you all the recipe. You may think you have the recipe for. I don't think that's McDonald's approved. So
yeah. Okay.
Gotta keep some things private, but I want to say that's a really good inventive one because we've all seen, they even have them here in Mexico. We've seen car wraps, but how many people are actually going to bid on them? I'm sure not many people.
Yeah. Somebody tried to bid on this one. When I went and got a quote, he was like, hey, somebody else called. His name was John or something. I said, who, John? I said, nah, that ain't me. But I like a quote for this one.
And feel free to undercut the quote.
Yeah.
There's other car wrap people.
I ended up contacting somebody that didn't know nothing about it.
Oh, good. You probably got a better price.
Mm-hmm. They were way cheaper. And then I looked at the quote that the person sent me from the other one, and they put their cage code up there, so they probably bid it on it, but they didn't say anything about it. Like the actual car company, yeah, they probably bid it on it, but yeah, they put it. Yeah, they ain't say nothing about it, but I kind of sold. I was like, yeah. When I looked at it, I was like, yeah, nah, probably ain't gonna go with them.
That too, because you listen to your intuition.
Yeah.
And that's powerful because there's this misconception. You got to go with this first quote and that's who you run with. This is business.
You gotta fish around, because that's how I did with the garage situation. That's what really put me in a hut, because I didn't do what you said before and call multiple people. Just make sure you got a back plan, because it's just like, once that first one don't fall through, because it was hard for me to even get them on the phone. I was calling them all day. Like the first people I called, I was calling them, because that's the only people that I had contacted. You know what I mean? And I should have been doing a follow-up call with them, but like I said, I forgot about it. I was on the different things, and I'm still scrolling on Sam, just looking for different stuff, and then they just hit me up out the blue.
Right, which is good. I mean, it's a beautiful space, and that's what's so great about it.
Yeah,
it's just that
you can literally do anything up here. Like it's, I seen one up here before for feeding mice. I'm looking at it like, they do this up here? Like, yeah, but it's real. It's definitely real.
Yeah. I mean, I saw one, I think it was janitorial at like a research lab with animals.
Yeah.
They needed to move the animals before you could go clean it, or it was something, or maybe it was a woman that I interviewed, but it was like they had to move animals before they could do the thing, whether it was flooring or cleaning or something of that nature. And it's like the federal government spends over $800 billion and it's not on weapon systems. It's on a bunch of different things that we don't even realize that taxpayer dollars go towards.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So that's why, look, my whole thing is to eventually get out of this truck and make this a full thing, because I'm trying to get back more time with my son. I got a little boy, my little boy hates, so I'm trying to be a lot more active. And then, I work so much, I get them, like, after I get off this interview with you, I'm actually going to get them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I gotta get back some more time. So I'm just trying to make this a thing and just be consistent with it and just learn as much as I can to be able to get those multi-year contracts like you were talking about.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So.
And it can be multi-year for janitorial. It can be multi-year for pest control, alarm testing, or whatever it is it could be elevator repair. It could be furniture. It could be Robert, who I just interviewed, who won $7.5 million contract for uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
That's multi-year. I mean, it could be linen. So it's like the sky's the limit for what's multi-year. It's just you keep doing what you're doing because it's working,
mm-hmm.
And you keep adjusting, keep going after the weird Because most people aren't trying to go after garage doors.
Yeah, I won't even try to go out there. It just popped. It popped up. It looked like something simple. I'm looking at it like, you know what I mean? I looked at it for a while because I got a little background in the construction field, but like for demo and stuff like that. So I looked at it. I'm like, think about it like, like for my granddad passed, he did a lot of that type of work. So I'm like, I don't know. Something just clicked. I'm like, man, let me try this. Let me see what I can do with it.
Well, I'm glad that you did that because it speaks to, you don't have to be an expert, but even if you know a little or you feel comfortable, that's what's key. That feeling like, oh, like, why not?
Yeah, just try different. You just got to try it. You know what I mean? Just try it. You never know if you don't try. Simple.
No, you don't.
You never know if you don't try. And especially if you really say you try to get some extra money, you know what I mean? It's depending on how determined and motivated you is to do it. You know what I mean? And, what's your current situation to, put that time in to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I know a lot of people are going to want to reach out to you. And you've mentioned you're on many platforms. How would you like someone to connect with you? Because they're going to watch this interview and be like, I'm reaching out. How do you do this?
I don't really want to do the social media thing. So
okay.
I give my business email.
Okay, there we go. I really like it.
It's Miquail Owens at Premium Shop Plus LLC.com. Premium Shop, give it that to you.
Okay, I love that. So keep it professional, everyone. Send an email, and it's great to have your business name.
Do I need to spell it out, or are we good?
I'll make sure we have it down. We'll have it in the comments.
Okay, for sure. It was nice talking to you.
It was good too. I'm so excited to interview you. I still picture you in your bed on your iPad.
It's still gonna go that way because I get off so late, and then I'm just still learning this. I'm still learning it. That's another thing I want to say. Just keep the information coming. Just keep it coming. Because it's working for sure. You know what I mean? And you got good energy, and you can tell. Off of every video I watch, you can just tell what kind of person you is off of every video because of how, good you react to people. You're not jumping out of your character, being a nasty person to people. Like, you can tell good people. You know what I mean? Even before you meet them, for sure. If you watching them and just see their actions, you can tell good people.
I appreciate it. I really do. I would say I agree with you strongly. And, like anybody, I have my moments. There might be sometimes I'm a little more, but this, or maybe I'm crying on a live or crying on this, and it's real. I mean, this is
that's how you know you're a real authentic person. That's how you know you're a real authentic person. We go through it. All of us go through it.
We do.
For sure.
I love this. So I'm so excited, and congratulations, your win. Second bid, won, working on an iPad in a bed, bidding on more things, and before you know it, you will get to thousands of dollars a month. Because all of these add up, and then you'll get a multi-year, and even the non-multi-year, the one and dones, they're going to just stack up. That's all it's going to be.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate the motivation, and I appreciate the information. Because you definitely been a big help. Definitely.
Good. I can't thank you enough. And for y'all that don't have the book already, winnerswaybook.com. That's right. winnerswaybook.com. Check out proposal.wins.com. Like, subscribe, hit that notification. We're on a path to get to 1 million subscribers. I'm excited for that. I can't even believe that's weird. But I'm excited because I like to dream big. Yeah. And I mean it. I just told my team today, I said, I want us to have 400 people working for us. And that's still, there's companies with 60,000. I didn't set that up because the beautiful space and thing about government contracting is you can create and do whatever you want to do because everything is possible. So until next time, y'all.